Today, insurance companies using a third-party channel with independent agents have an interesting go-to-market challenge. Typically, these companies have relationship managers that manage their independent insurance agent channels. It seems like it would be a streamlined system, but the reality is the relationship manager engages with many different people within the channel, creating a more complex hierarchy. Because the system can be so convoluted, we created the Magna 360 Agent Connect, empowering relationship managers, increasing collaboration with sales support, and driving alignment between sales and marketing. We start our day as Robert Smith, a relationship manager located in the upper Midwest. Because of Robert's constant mobility, all of his tools need to be mobile ready. Robert starts his day by first reviewing the performance of his territory. Clicking on the dashboard, Robert can see a breakout of sales for his region. Robert works for FinServ. FinServ sells their products to multiple distribution channels. Here we see independent agents on the left and financial institutions on the right. Agent Connect provides dashboards that are broken out for each distribution channel. Here we see graphs for sales to annual goal, and a second one for actual dollars. When Robert swipes right, he can see the same information, but instead of by distribution channel, this time he can see it by account. After a quick review, Robert goes back to his dashboard to see what meetings he has for the day. Robert can see that he has a SPIA product meeting at 10 a.m. today. By looking at the task, Robert can see that this meeting is related to Midwest Distribution Corporation. By tapping on the company name, Robert can go to the account record. From here, Robert can see financial information and reports submitted, as well as performance, year-to-date sales, and how close they are to goal. Robert also has the ability to look at last year's numbers and compare goals. Magna 360's Agent Connect also empowers Robert to look at the sales hierarchy, so he can have a better understanding of what other companies are participating in the sale. By drilling in deeper, Robert can see that Midwest Distribution Corporation reports up to American Investment Corporation, and that they have two companies, Iowa Distribution and Minnesota Distribution, that report into it. From here, Robert can click on the Minnesota Distribution Group and get even more information, including a link to their full account. Through the Magna 360 Agent Connect, Robert now has an easy way to mobily navigate through the sales hierarchy. So now, during Robert's meeting, it's discovered that there's an agent named Joe Smith who works for the Minnesota Distribution Company. Joe Smith has a large net worth client that has $5 million to invest. Everyone during the meeting realizes that the new SPIA product may be a good fit for this client. In the meeting, Robert's going to create a new task for his dedicated sales support, Jane Olson. In the task, Robert can request an illustration, put today's date, associate it with Joe Smith, and assign it to Jane Olson. From there, Robert can submit the task, and then Jane Olson can take it from here. Back at the home office, Jane Olson is looking at Sales Cloud, built inside of Magna 360's Agent Connect. Some things Jane can see right away is that there's a new message from Robert, and that there's a new task. Jane can click Joe Smith's name and go to his contact record. From here, she sees a few things. First, that Joe Smith is marked as a marketer. She changes his record to be the principal account owner. She can also see that Joe Smith's PARDOT score is relatively low. This score represents Joe Smith's engagement with different marketing campaigns. We can also see that Joe Smith has been added to the new SPIA product launch marketing campaign. When Jane scrolls down, we can see that an opportunity was also created for the new illustration request. Leveraging the opportunity allows everyone to track the potential deal from illustration all the way to issued policy. Because we have all the information around the illustration request, we can take that information and run it in our illustration system. Then Jane can upload and attach that file directly to the opportunity. Jane can then @mention Robert, letting him know that the illustration's been created and the opportunity exists. And just like that, Magna 360 Agent Connect further enables collaboration between relationship managers and sales support. Next, let's take a look at marketing. Marketing analyst Sandra O'Connor logs into her PARDOT system using the Magna 360 Agent Connect. Sandra can see a couple things immediately from the homepage, like any changes in the prospect count over the past few days, and the marketing calendar. Sandra is accountable for 3 different campaigns, so let's take a look. This top bar shows all the active campaigns in the system. Sandra can go to the active unengaged agents. The call to action there is to submit a new illustration, the incentive campaign, which the call to action is to submit one more piece of business, and the new SPIA product launch. Once clicking into the campaign, you can see additional information about the campaign. Sandra knows that marketing has created a new webinar around the new SPIA product, and she wants to add that webinar into the SPIA campaign. Sandra goes into the template to make sure that everything's in order, including icons, call to action, and other information. From there, Sandra wants to make sure that all this information is in the campaign and in the right place. From here, you can see that there's already some marketing organization logic that exists. We can see that the first action is that the SPIA product launch email is sent. We pause for a day, and then if the link has been clicked on, then an additional send will happen of the webinar. Once clicked, after a day, a task is created for a SPIA product launch call. This gives the sales support an opportunity to answer any questions and reinforce marketing's message. All of Sandra's campaigns are set up using similar logic, using lower cost, lower touch marketing initiatives to better qualify prospects before using higher cost, higher touch marketing initiatives. Magna 360 Connect, empowering relationship managers with a mobily accessible sales hierarchy, increasing collaboration between relationship managers and sales support resources while aligning sales and marketing.